It was an extraordinary day. The crowd was enormous. Thousands of men, women, and children had followed Jesus to a remote hillside by the Sea of Galilee. They were captivated by his teachings, his miracles, and the hope he gave. But as the sun began to set, a problem arose. The people were hungry, and there was no food. Jesus turned to his disciples. "Where can we buy bread for all these people?" he asked. Philip, one of the disciples, was baffled. "Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to feed them." Then Andrew, another disciple, spoke up. "There's a boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But what good is that among so many?" Jesus smiled. He wasn't worried. "Have the people sit down," he instructed. The disciples organized the massive crowd, seating them on the grassy slopes. Taking the boys' simple lunch, Jesus looked up to heaven and gave thanks. Then he began breaking the bread and fish into pieces and handing them to the disciples. The disciples distributed the food, and something incredible happened. It didn't run out. Basket after basket, they kept handing out bread and fish. The people ate until they were completely satisfied. When everyone was full, Jesus told his disciples, "Gather the leftovers so that nothing is wasted." They collected 12 baskets full of leftover food, far more than they had started with. The crowd was amazed. They had witnessed a miracle and their hearts were stirred. "Surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world," they exclaimed. But Jesus withdrew to a quiet place, knowing the people wanted to make him king by force. He didn't come to rule with earthly power. His mission was greater. This miracle wasn't just about feeding hungry stomachs. It revealed Jesus as the provider, the one who meets not only physical needs, but also the deepest needs of the human soul. With just a little, he showed that in his hands, there is always more than enough. And the lesson remains for us today. No matter how little we have, when we place it in Jesus' hands, he can do the impossible to possible. Like, share, and subscribe for more interesting biblical videos.